Good morning everyone. Welcome to another session of engineering mechanics. So in the previous class we have taken a few problems on moment, and we have multiple types of forces were acting on that particular square cubes, and right. Then after that we have taken another type of problem. We'll take one more problem. Okay. So take down the question. In the above figure, a force P intersects the x-axis. A force P intersects the x-axis at 4 meters to the right. At 4 meters to the right. If its moment about A, if its moment about point A is 170 Newton meter counterclockwise, and its moment about B, and its moment about B is 40 Newton meter, clockwise. Determine its y-intercept. So the figure is given in the question. That is, we have one x-axis, x and y-axis. This is x-axis and this one is y-axis, and this is origin. At 4 meters, at this particular point, this 4 meter, we have a force P, and moment. Because of this force, it is given that this is point B of 40 Newton meter, and at point A, this is point A, somewhere here, this is 3 meter, so it is 170 Newton meter. Okay, right. So this distance is 6 meters. So the question is given in the diagram is given in the question. This is 4 meter. So here in this question, it is given that there is one force P which is going in up to the right direction. What is this direction? Up to the right, isn't it? It is going to the right, up to the right. Okay. So the moment due to this force, at point A is how much? 170 Newton meter anti-clockwise. That is counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, both are same. Counterclockwise is nothing but it is going in anti-clockwise. Clockwise, this is something which is going in clockwise. So at point A we have one moment, that is 170 Newton meter, and one more moment is developed at point B because of this force. What is that? 40 Newton meter. Now he is asking us to calculate y-intercept. What do you mean by y-intercept? Always remember, whenever they ask you to calculate intercept, okay, that means that Suppose this is my y axis. If you project this y axis, okay, we are entering in negative region, isn't it? So what happens here? So if you project this line in the same slope, okay, so somewhere it will intersect, isn't it? So this distance from 0, from this is origin, isn't it? So this distance from here to here is nothing but your y-intercept of this force. Okay, this is x-intercept of this force, isn't it? Yeah, able to understand? This is my y-intercept. So they are asking us to calculate this y-intercept. So how we will calculate? Whenever we get any moments, okay, the very first thing which we have to do is we have to calculate the components, isn't it? Components is very, very important. Without components we cannot calculate moment when there is an inclined force. If it is vertical force, we can calculate directly either it is vertical or horizontal. But if the force is inclined, then we cannot calculate moment unless and until we calculate components. Okay. So what I will do, I will project one line here. This is the y component of this force. This is Py, and along this line we will be having Px. Alright. So now, since we have clockwise moment first at B, so I will try to calculate moment at B first, then we will go for the calculation of moment at A. Anything you can do, but majorly what we do, we try to calculate moment at B. Why? Because see here, Px is passing through point B, isn't it? Once you calculate the force which is passing through point B, then at that particular point this unknown will become 0. So directly we can calculate Py. So that is why one is it is going in clockwise. Along with that, since the Px is passing through point B, so what I will do, I will try to take up first moment at B so that Px will become 0. So the solution is moment of P about point B is equal to how much given? 40 Newton meter, which is given already, isn't it? It is given in the question. So we'll try to calculate moment, this value, this moment at point B. So whenever you calculate moment at point B, always try to keep your thumb on point B and see the force Py. It is going in clockwise direction. So Py into, what is this distance? Can you tell me? Total is 6. 6 minus 4, 2, isn't it? Py into 2. What about another one? Px. Px is passing through point B, so it will become 0, isn't it? So is equal to 40 Newton meter, isn't it? I will not write units here. Okay. So what about Py now? 40 divided by 2, which is equal to 20 Newton. We got Py, isn't it? So now, with the help of this Py, we can calculate Px also, right? So, but before that, what I will do, I will try to go for this moment. Okay. So, can you tell me moment? I will write here again. Moment of P about point A is equal to how much? Minus 70 Newton meter given. Okay, this is given already. Now we will try to calculate this one. So what happens here? See the force Py. Py is going in anti-clockwise direction. So minus Py, force is going like this. What is the perpendicular distance till point A? 4 meters. Py into 4. Then what about Px? Again Px is also going in anti-clockwise direction. So minus Px into perpendicular distance. See here, from here to here, 3 meters. Force is going like this. Perpendicular distance is 3 meters. Okay. Px into 3. Okay. Is equal to any other force. Only 2 forces are there in the system, right? So what about the final value? What is this value given? Minus 170. Minus 170. Okay. So Py, what is the value of Py? We know this value Py. So can I substitute this value here? So minus, what is the value of Py? 20 into 4. I'll send this entire term towards right hand side and bring this term towards left hand side. Okay, so what happens here? Plus 170 is equal to 3px, isn't it? So 40, 4 2s are 8, minus 80, so 90 I think, right? 90 divided by 3 is equal to px. So 3 1s are 3 3s are, so px is equal to 30 newtons. Okay, we calculated the value of px, we calculated the value of py without any inclination. Again, we do not have any theta here, but we have calculated px and py. So this is how we are learning different things. We have to add on all these things because these things will help you in major problems. Okay, so one thing we have finished, that is we have calculated px and py. Now we will calculate the intercept. What do you mean by this intercept? I will write here y. Okay, now we have to calculate this y. So that means that suppose this force is here, suppose the force starts from this point. So what will happen? This will be your px and this will be your py. Then what happens to the moment? Moment will be same. Always moment will be same because line of action of force is same, isn't it? So at this particular point, what I will do, I will try to calculate moment. The moment is same, moment will be same, okay, because the force line of action till, if you extend till here also, force moment will be same because of this force. The inclination is not changing, magnitude is not changing, px and py nothing is changing. So what I am doing, I am projecting this line till here, I am calculating moment again. I will calculate moment again, that is moment at A. What I am doing here, one extra thing I am adding to calculate this y. I am calculating this y, right? So how to calculate that? Again you try to take moment at A. Okay, moment of P about point A when the force is here. Okay, so what happens here? You see, px py will become 0, isn't it? Why? Because py is passing through point A. Now what about px? Px is going in anti-clockwise direction, isn't it? So moment of P about point A is equal to minus px into perpendicular distance is how much? 3 plus y, isn't it? Or else y plus 3 or 3 plus y, both are same. Okay, this force into perpendicular distance y plus 3. Okay, what about py? Py is 0. Okay, the same force I am trying to keep it here so that we can calculate the value of this y intercept. So moment of P about point A is equal to how much given? Minus 170. What is the value of px we have? We have calculated px 30. So I will substitute this value here, that is minus as it is. What is the value of px here? 30. 30 into y plus 3 is equal to minus 170. Okay, so what I will do, what we can do here, we'll try to open this bracket. Minus 30 y minus 3 into 3 9 minus 90 is equal to minus 170. Okay, so I will send this term towards right hand side. So minus 30y is equal to minus 170 plus 90, how much? 80 plus minus 80, isn't it? See here, minus will go there. Yes, correct, minus 80. So this y and this y will get cancelled, minus. So y is equal to 80 by 30. So 8 by 3 is how much? 2.6 meters. So the y intercept is how much? 2.6 meters. Okay, able to understand? See, one by one, whatever the problems I am teaching you or whatever is happening in the classes, so we are heading towards one major thing. Okay, we are heading towards few important things which will be helpful for us till our final year, till our masters. Okay, so these are like ABCD for all of us. What is happening here? So one by one, if you look out the problems, all the problems which we have carried out, so one by one we are heading towards. See, first of all we have taken components of forces, then we went for resultant of forces, then we came for moment of force. Now we'll be heading towards another topic, that is couple. What do you mean by couple? We open, what do you mean by couple? Couple? Combination of two people is couple, isn't it? Yes. In the same way, when you open a tap, what do you mean by tap? Right? So when you open tap, you apply a couple over there. What do you apply? You couple. You are trying to apply two parallel forces. Listen to my definition carefully. Two parallel forces acting in opposite direction. See, one force is going in downward, one force is going in upward direction. Two forces parallel to each other, acting opposite to each other, separated by a distance d. They are separated by a diameter of that particular tap, isn't it? So what is the effect of couple? Rotation, isn't it? What is the final result you will get? Rotation. It will rotate. If you open tap, it will rotate. What is the effect of moment? That is also rotation, isn't it? It is trying to rotate on particular axis, and this couple is trying to rotate on centroidal axis, isn't it? It is trying to rotate at the center, whereas if you are applying moment, so what happens there? There you are opening a door. So what is happening there? Force into perpendicular. There is some rotation on some other axis, whereas in couple the entire rotation is happening on its centroidal axis. Okay, able to understand? So that is couple, and moment we have studied that. Okay, and the units of couple is Newton meter, and units of moment is also Newton meter. Okay, force into perpendicular distance. So it's over, right? Copy down. Pause it. So here in the next topic we'll be seeing what is couple, and we have few problems on couple also. So just write down the definition of that couple. Many people will, during placement examinations or something, they will ask you what is the difference between couple and moment. Many times they will ask. Okay, so we have to proper provide them the definition, and it should be clear in your concept also, that what is moment and what is couple. Many people will have confusion till end, so that is why you need to remember these things. So couple, two forces of equal magnitude. Two forces of equal magnitude again. So both the forces should be equal again. If you are applying 10 newtons at this particular point, and then you have to provide 10 newton on other side also, then only it is said to be move couple. Two forces of equal magnitude acting opposite in direction, and separated by a definite distance. Separated by a definite distance is said to be couple. So what happens, practically, suppose for example we have a beam like this. Okay, since we all are in civil engineering industry, we will be going soon. So what happens? Yes, this is a beam, right? So what happens? People will construct a wall Suppose I'll show you the plan here. This is our plan, okay, a top view of building or section plot. So what happens, this is one column here, this is another column here, and suppose for example we have one more column at this point and one column at this point, okay. So depending upon the columns we provide beam, isn't it? So this is one beam, this is another beam, okay, and again this beam with this beam will also be there, okay. So sometimes what happens, people nowadays and many people, they need more area, they need more area. So that is why what people will do, you can see many types of building in old city especially, they try to project their slab outside their plot, isn't it? Yes, like balcony or something like that. So suppose for example this is your balcony, isn't it? This is standard, especially in Hyderabad, especially in our area. This is standard that whatever the plot area we have, 3 feet projection will be compulsory. Without projection we cannot survive, isn't it? Even though it is not, this is government area, but still what we do, we try to assume that that is our land. So from first floor onwards our slab area will get increased 3 feet or 4 feet, depends on the area and locality. If the locality is normal, then people will project 4 feet, sometimes they will project the entire 5 feet, 6 feet also. It happens many times. So this is the projection. So what they will do, they will try to construct wall on this area, okay, and this is nothing but because of this force, what is happening, moment is happening, isn't it? This is the force acting, force into perpendicular distance, isn't it? This is nothing but your moment, isn't it? This is nothing but your point load acting on that particular beam, okay. At the same time what happens, sometimes we have a column here again, okay. So depending upon the client's requirement, we need to provide a wall over here also, okay, and one wall will be constructed over here, okay. So what happens, so it happens many times, because otherwise what happens, otherwise you may experience one toilet over here, you may experience a toilet, okay. So because of these walls, our beam will this wall will try to rotate our beam, isn't it? See here, this is one beam wall, otherwise you can consider this as a wall, this wall, okay, this is your wall. So what is happening at this wall, this beam, what is the effect of this wall on this beam? My beam will try to tilt, rotate because of this weight, isn't it? It will try to get rotated. See, I am applying here weight. So what will happen? The beam will try to get, this is the beam, isn't it? So it will try to rotate. That is your couple. Practically the application of couple is, it is not necessary that the entire walls are not coming over here, okay. Walls may be coming in between. To take down that load, to take down the weight of the wall, we provide beam here, okay. We need to provide beam. So this beam will create effect of couple on this main beam. This is main beam and this is nothing but your primary beam. We provide primary beam. So this is main beam. So this beam will apply such a load on this beam that this beam will experience couple, and this wall will create such a load that this beam will experience moment, okay. So one by one, this is something which is further upcoming things. So the basic thing is, because of this primary beam, the existing beam will experience couple, okay. Since here we do not have that type of beam, otherwise suppose for example we have one more beam in between, or else one beam like this, the beam is column to column over there, but here suppose in between we have one more beam in between, then what happens there? This beam, the new beam, will create couple on that main beam, okay. Able to understand? Alright. So that this is your couple, and we show couple like this. One force, another force, two forces of equal magnitude, both should be equal, P and P, It should not be P to P like that. Magnitude acting opposite to each other. Acting opposite to each other and separated by a definite distance d. The definite distance, this is d. Acting, I'll write here, parallel and opposite in direction. Parallel and opposite in direction. So parallel, both are parallel forces. Opposite in direction, right? Separated by a definite distance d. Okay. In the units is Newton meter. Force into distance. Not d by 2. Force into distance directly. Okay. This is the units, and the examples may be like this. This is beam, and this is your couple. Okay. See, one force is going in downward direction, another force is going in upward direction. So because of this upward downward forces, what is happening? The beam will experience couple. Okay. And along with that, suppose you have a tap here. Tap. You will try to open the tap in this fashion, isn't it? You will apply one force like this. You will apply one force like this. Then only it will open. These are the examples of your couple. Okay.